We'd like to welcome those of you just tuning in on the show. You're joining us at a great time. Brent Rooker stands in here looking to be the hero. You know, these fans would love to see a walk-off win here. Here's the first pitch.
Ball one, no strike.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
Sharp ground ball to third. And a sliding effort there, but he can't get a glove on it. A base hit. And the winning run will score as they walk off with a 3-2 victory.
Always great when a game really comes down to the ninth inning like it did here. They had a chance to walk it off and send their fans home happy, and that's exactly what they did. Lots of smiles around here right now.
In a close game like this, you look for that one guy who produced when it mattered most, and this is the guy. He's our top player of the game.
For your victorious
well, the numbers don't just jump out at you, but his no hit was
Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. Starting in the American League Central, Zach Littell got his second W of the season as the Twins defeated the Orioles 3-2. The Chicago White Sox put together 10 total hits as they toppled the Rockies 8-2. The Cleveland Indians put up 16 hits on the day as they were winners in extra innings over the Reds 3-2. The Angels had 12 hits as a team as they stole a victory in extra innings over the Royals 3-2. The Giants allowed only 5 hits in the game as they cruised to the win against the Tigers 8-0. The Blue Jays picked up 14 hits in total as they got the home victory against the Astros 7-6. Derek Whaley.
Thursday Night Baseball now on the show as we come to you from Target Field here in the Twin Cities. Tonight, the first of this 4-game weekend set between the Chicago White Sox and the Twins. It'll be fun watching these two go at it. It's next on the show. Jose Barrios will be on the mound for the series opener. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you can throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
And the next to bat will be Tim Anderson. And we are set for baseball here this
for
evening.
The White Sox, the designated hitter, Tim Anderson.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. First pitch of the ball game misses here, and that's how we begin this 4-game weekend set. Fellas, you take a look at our homestanding ball club as they come into this one tonight. We've got to be considered one of, if not the hottest team in baseball right now. Winners of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
What an opportunity to get a chance to put our eyeballs on one of the best teams in baseball right now. This team has played so well. Their manager has been on point. Every move he makes is working. Timely hitting, great defense, good bullpen. The starters have been on point. This is going to be special.
Belted high in the air out to left. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out. Now a moment here to check out the White Sox starting lineup. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, Matt, I'm looking at the leadoff hitter. They're hoping to have some things turned around with him leading off. Boy, he's struggling a bit right now. And you know what? His team really needs him to turn it around. I hope he's able to get out of it in this one. He's putting in a lot of extra time, so we'll see if it pays off.
In now the power hitting outfielder Nomar Mazara. 0-1 the count. Now here it comes. Fouled away. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2.
With how hard guys throw these days, 94 miles an hour is good, but not as impressive as it used to be. Professional hitters can catch up with that, so it's all about setting the fastball up with good off-speed stuff to make it look more effective, and that's exactly what he did right there.
Into the box, Jorge Polanco. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. And that's in there for his strike 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Out in front as this is pulled foul into the seats. And we're just getting started here in Minneapolis. On the ground to third. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Dylan Cease will get the starting assignment in this one for the Chi Sox. What's your take on him, Dan?
One of the things that jumps out if you look at that stat sheet, a very high whip coming into this start. One of the things he's going to have to do a much better job, keep traffic off the bases, keep the walks down, try to limit the amount of hits. He's had a rough go at that so far this year. Let's see if he can turn it around in this one.
Stepping in, Ahmed Rosario. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And boy, big problems here to start. this at-bat. It's 0-2 now. And he chased it in the dirt. Nevarez finds it, but the batter's going to take first easily after striking out. So not the start to the inning he was looking for as he got the strikeout, but the runner reaches anyway. Digging in, Jim Espinoza. Day off for him yesterday, but back out there for this one. Here's the first pitch to him. And guys, you take a look at the White Sox entering play here tonight. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out. Here's the 1-0. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. The 1-1 is strike two swinging.
That's just too much velocity upstairs to get good wood on it. It's going to have to lower his sights.
Rosario makes a move from first. Pitch misses low. The throw down. He is in time. Nevarez throws him out.
Wow, that's a big-time throw right there, and it's a tall task to throw him out stealing a bag, but he got rid of it quickly, and it was a good job down there applying the quick tag. They'll have to feel good about that one.
Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. He's around first, heading for two. And he's not stopping. He wants three. The relay throw, but he is in there with a triple.
This is one park in the league that sees a lot of triples because of the way it's designed, and he adds another one, heading to third for the three-bagger.
At the plate, Davy Grion, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike one. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
This is where, as a batter, you got to find a way to put something in the outfield. Get something elevated. I know you got to battle with 2 strikes and protect, but if anything is belt or above, you got to swing.
The 1-2. And here's a ball lifted back toward the stands in right, so we'll try it again at 1-2. From the belt, the pitch. Hit on the ground is short. Fielded cleanly. Only play is going to be at first, so that'll go as an RBI that brings home the opening marker of the ball game.
That's good hitting right there. Put the ball in play and let the guy trot home from third to put your team on the board. Good baseball.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Jake Fraley, looking to get on base and keep this first inning alive. Here it comes.
Yep, that ball went out.
The 1-0. Drilled right back up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
There's a hard-hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
In now, Mitch Garver, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. And he's carrying a batting average of just over 300, so clearly he's been a productive player with the bat in his hand so far. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2. Garver playing here in his age 34 season. He was a 9th-round pick back in the draft of 2013.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
Slider whiffed on for strike three. A great pitch to put an end to the. Digging in, Eloy Jimenez, and he's a guy that's really scuffling at the plate right now.
The left fielder.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. The 0-1 on its way. Hit back toward the mound. Reined in. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
That is fair.
All right, here's how the home side's lining up defensively. And guys, this starting pitcher right here is in the top 5 in the league in strikeouts. And what does that tell me? That tells me that his defense cannot fall asleep in this one. They better go through their pre-pitch routine. They better stay on their toes and stay engaged in this one in case something finds a barrel.
Rafael Devers the next to bat, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. The average sits at 286 here to start play. 8 home runs and 22 RBIs. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit. And he'll reach second now with 1 away. So a good job of going the other way here as he checks in with the 1-out double. And as we show you the White Sox leaderboard, you can see that he currently paces the team in that department. So now to the plate, Omar Narvaez. No balls and a strike to count. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. 1-2 to the White Sox catcher.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
Throw on to first, 2 gone. So striding in, Luis Robert, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1, 0-1. And he fouls this one off. Devers stands at second with 2 gone. Ball 1 as the changeup misses well off the inside. Got him looking, and that ends the inning. White Sox leave 1. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Digging in now, Eddie Rosario. He's set to lead off the home half of the second. First pitch coming. Here it is.
Rosario.
Swing and a line. Field grass. It's a base hit.
Yeah, I don't know if I love the approach of pulling the trigger on that 0-0 pitch. I can't imagine that's exactly what he's looking for. The result works. Pitcher can't be too mad.
At the plate now, Frank Schwindel, as he'll swing and miss at a first pitch slider at strike 1. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
Ooh-wee. That was some smoke right there. High fire right on by.
Now a fastball here that'll wisely lay off, and it's 1-2.
Hey, that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close, but on hit right now, I'm still sitting on that heater.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. On a good curveball, gets him swinging for route number 1.
That's just a great pitch, both on the call from the catcher and the execution. If he hits it, there's a good chance it turns into a double play ball, but it's also a spot that's going to get a lot of whiffs too. That's excellent pitching.
Brent Rooker is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. Hit hard on the ground to the right. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Batting ninth.
You know, as a former infielder, Danny, they always say you can't be in 2 places at once, but you got to be a little frustrated right here that ball found the hole.
Yeah, that's a tough thing. You make a quality pitch and a guy shoots one through the right side, normally a vacated spot right there. 9 out of 10 times somebody's there to make that play. Unfortunately not, and now we've got a couple of guys on.
Line towards center field. That's in there. Base hit. Rosario rounds third and is digging for the plate. The tag, and he's in there. As it's now a 2-0 ball game.
The batter, number 1.
Time will be called here as the pitching coach heads out to the mound and hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit. And that'll bring in the former top prospect, Ahmed Rosario. 1 ball, no strikes to count. First and second now, 1 man out. In there, and it's even at 1. On the line, that's a base hit into left field. And this one scoots all the way to the wall. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. And he is safe at the plate, and the lead is now 3-0.
Well, we've already had some hard-hit balls in the first 2 innings here. And here's another one. Absolutely jumped off his bat and into the outfield, bringing another run home here in the early going.
Into the box now, Jim Espinoza, as he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. Good swing there, but this is fouled off to the right side. Second and third here, 1 man out. Lifted the other way to left center. Catch is made in medium deep left center. Here comes the runner for the plate. And the run will cross on the sac fly and make it a 4-0 game.
One of the things you want to do as an offense, right, is stay fundamental and keep pushing. A great job there. Sac fly pushes the 3rd run across in this inning.
First pitch of the at-bat. Davy Grillon will stand in for a second time here as he swings and misses there. It's 0-1.
His heater's got some late ride through the zone. A lot of late swings right now. You're only going to get to that pitch if you get the front foot down early.
Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd.
Leading off for the White Sox.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Nick.
Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike.
Ooh, that's a good pitch to take a hack at right there. Change up in the zone. He'd like to have that one back.
Behind 0-2 now. 0-2 count, and the pitch. Swinging a blooper to the right side. Avens is in a few steps as he takes it for the first out. So with 1 away, let's give you a look at the standings in the American League's Central Division as you see where these 2 teams find themselves entering our ball game here today. And here's the big left-handed bat of A.J. Reed. He had a couple of hits in yesterday's contest. Outside with that slurve of his 1 ball, no strikes. There's a fastball on the inner 3rd taken for a strike. A ball and 2 strikes now.
The MO of this pitcher in the early going is certainly establishing the inside part of the plate. He has been dominant. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat if a guy can effectively, consistently pitch inside like he is.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Skied into straightaway right. Avens is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone.
The batter, number 7.
Next will be the designated hitter, Tim Anderson. Flied out in his first at-bat, so making 0 for 1 so far. Now here's the pitch. Hard hit ball to second. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
The batter, the center fielder.
Into the box, Nomar Mazara, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Got caught lunging there as this one's fouled away. Fouled off. 2 out with the man at first. Hit hard on the ground is short. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. Digging in, Jake Fraley. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
The center fielder, number 8.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Mazara's on his horse. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
The designated hitter, number 9.
Coming to the plate now, Mitch Garver. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Out in front of it, strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. High and deep to left center field. Going back is the left fielder, and it's gone as they add still another. So a solo shot here to left center field, number 14 on the season, as they extend the lead to 5-0.
I know hindsight's 20/20, but you can't throw that pitch to that guy. Don't forget, he homered yesterday, so you know he's locked in and ready to roll up there. We'll see if he learns from that mistake.
Now batting, second baseman, Eddie Rosario.
To the plate now, Eddie Rosario. Yes, he'll take a look at ball 1. A base hit in his first trip. Changeup stays outside and is behind 2-0.
This offense is absolutely feasting on these count leverage situations. If he's going to have any chance of feeling good about his effort tonight, this pitcher has got to get back in the strike zone.
Back up the middle. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit.
Hey guys, he's not known for being a singles hitter right here, but that's his second knock of the game.
And I'm sure he'll take him, but the guys on the other side of the scorecard might be thinking we really avoided a worse fate. In now, Frank Schwindel, as he'll swing at the first pitch and bang one into right center field. That's a base hit. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
Some guys just lay back and watch that first pitch go by no matter what. Work the count, make the pitcher waste a few pitches. But when he serves up a fastball like this on the first pitch, it's hard not to go after it. And that's just what he does. He jumped all over.
Andrew Heaney is going to come on to pitch here. And in just the third inning, you have to think he'll be asked to eat some innings. Stepping up now, Brent Rooker. He hits here in a spot where he might be able to put this one out of reach.
Yeah, Matt, down 5, another run across here could very well put the nail in the coffin. Mentally, they might still feel like they've got a shot if they could get out of this jam, though.
Hit hard to short, right to him. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile, the runner is in to score.
That grounder was hard hit, and sometimes the runner at third will have to hold on a ball like that, but he was off on contact, and they opted to take the out at first instead.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Bounce to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 3 innings complete. Minnesota is on top, 6-0. Ready now for the White Sox. Jorge Polanco. He starts the inning, and they're down 6 in the early going. So what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
Man, this guy's been incredibly efficient so far in this one, mostly because he's getting ahead. 70% of the batters he's faced, he's thrown a first pitch strike to.
The pitch. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the two-seamer, and that's out number one.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
Standing in now, Eloy Jimenez, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike one. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game, and it's quickly 0-2. This is in the air out to left field. Rooker is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now. Ready now, Rafael Devers. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. First offering on its. That's ball 1. Swing and a ball yanked down the right field line. That gets down, and the inning continues. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
When it left his bat, I thought it might squirt foul, but it hugged the line and found its way into the corner. Thought it might be a little bit closer play at second, but he cruised in there with relative ease.
So now to the plate, Omar Narvaez, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. And he misses here with a slurve, even at 1-1. One and 2 as the changeup had him out in front there. And it's fouled away. And a fastball called strike 3, and the side is retired. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Back with more on a Thursday night. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and up next will be the shortstop, Amed Rosario.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down, because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
Started the breaking ball far too inside that time. Laid off for ball 1.
Looked like he was a little over aggressive there to throw that nasty curveball. Just needs to slow his delivery down a bit.
Line towards center field, and that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night. So it's a base knock to lead off their half of the 4th.
Now batting, third baseman, Jim Espinosa.
At the plate now, Jim Espinosa, as he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. A runner at first with no outs here. Oh, looked like he was towing an anchor there. 1-2.
In my opinion, one of the toughest pitches in the game to square up. Just a heavy sinker with good downward action.
Swing and a miss there as the breaking ball takes care of him for the first out.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Before the 0-1, he'll check on first, and the runner back safely. And again a throw. And he has to dive, but he's back in easily. Once more, a throw over. And he'll dive back in safely. Royce Lewis will have to get loose in a hurry now as he'll come in and run following the injury. Hammered the other way to deep right field. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
The batter.
Ready for another shot
Number
now.
8.
Jake Fraley. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. Here comes the first pitch. A runner on first with 2 away. Throw over to the bag, and he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. In there at the knees, 0-2 now.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. 2 out with the man at first. He's running. And this one's in the dirt. Pitch is in the dirt and knocked down, and he'll make it into second easily with a stolen base. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is.
Well, that curveball just doesn't look to have the same snap on it that it normally does. Both of those last 2 have been pretty flat, and that's a...
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Welcome back to Target Field as we send it to Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the White Sox offense with their manager in between innings. And he told me he'd like to see a lot more aggressiveness in their at-bats the rest of the game. He said the problem is they're allowing themselves to fall behind in the count way too often, which is forcing them to constantly be in protect mode and swing at bad pitches. A lot of their outs have come from at-bats where they've fallen behind, so the focus going forward needs to be about being the aggressor early in the at-bats.
Thank you, Heidi. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders. And as you can see there, he currently sits 3rd in the AL in that category. Oh, and he misses it.
Well, that's what's so disappointing as a pitcher, D-Row. You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach right there, and you thank your lucky stars. That's a nice AB.
A.J. Reed stands in as he looks at a called strike. The 0-1 pitch.
After 2 great pitches, he has a lot of options right now. He could bounce something or go elevated fastball.
Here it comes on 0-2. Changeup laid off down around the shins.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors so far for the White Sox. And another foul ball. The 2-2 one more time is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Into the box now, Tim Anderson, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Skied into straightaway right. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. A man left for the White Sox. They still find themselves down 6-0. Set now for the bottom of the fifth, and standing in is the DH, Mitch Garver.
Garver.
A ball and no strikes. Fouled away. Now the 1-1 pitch. Line toward the gap in left center. That's in for a base hit, and he's 2 for 3.
Dan, this guy's on fire. I used to say all the time it's about 150 ABs to 200 ABs.
Second baseman.
Where you start figuring out what type of season you're going to have. He's obviously in May, and he's on fire.
Dero, he's been locked in from day one of this season. It's continuing right now. Anything that is around the strike zone, he feels he can get the barrel to it, and he continues to hit line drives.
Josh Naylor will be summoned now to be the pinch runner.
Pinch running at first base. Number 23, Josh Naylor.
Stepping in now, Eddie Rosario. As he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far. Rosario behind with an 0-2 count.
Good thing he didn't make contact with that pitch. Only thing he could do is probably hit that on the ground. It could be a double play ball.
A pause and the 0-2. Hit back up the middle. There's one. On to first, and they get them both.
Now batting.
There's a look at the final line for the White Sox starter. Certainly not the night he wanted to have.
Well, this one's really easy to dissect. Too many pitches left over the heart of the plate. 3 bombs allowed in this one. He's going to have to do a better job of throwing quality pitches down the road.
Frank Schwindel is in for the 3rd time as he swings and misses at that one. It's 0-1. High in the air out towards shallow right. Robert is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Digging in, Nomar Mazara. And at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
Well, when you've only surrendered 1 hit to the top 3 guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, Matt. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully.
Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. But that'll stay in the park as it's off the wall. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Every hitting coach in the league will tell you it only takes 1 swing of the bat to get out of the slump, and maybe that's what we're seeing right here. He's been struggling, no doubt about it, but he's able to lace this thing off the wall, and he's standing at second with some newfound confidence.
Now batting.
Digging in once again, Eloy Jimenez. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far, and he fouls this one off. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors so far for the White Sox. And it's 1-1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. A swing and a ground ball to third. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. He's set, now the pitch. Fouled off. And he'll stay alive here as this is chopped foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Lifted into the air to shallow center. Fraley has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner. And he's not even going to consider it here as he holds tight at third with 2 away now.
Number 24.
Digging in and looking for more, Rafael Devers. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Now here's the signal from the dugout, so he'll take first here on the intentional walk, and that makes runners at the corners with 2 away.
That's what's called getting the treatment. Everyone knows he's a power threat with the bat, so it's all about not letting him be the guy that beats you.
No balls and 1 strike. Runners on first and third, 2 away. Hit hard to the right side, and a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. The runner from third comes across to score as they try and chip away at their deficit. It's a 6-1 game.
That's just your classic ribby knock right there, Dan. He's able to turn on the pitch he wanted right there and drive it into the outfield.
Good job getting the barrel to the ball right there, able to get that run through and picks up an RBI. Hard hit and a well-deserved run batted in.
Into the box, Luis Robert. And it's fouled away. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. High and deep to right center. Going back is the center fielder to the track. Gone! So a 3-run shot to right center field. Home run number 9 on the year. And they cut the gap here. It's now 6-4.
It looked like he might just work out of that inning, only giving up a single run, but it all comes crashing down on that mistake. Nothing like a 3-run bomb to change the entire complexion of your day on the mound.
To the plate now, Nick Madrigal. As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Hit down the line at first, but a foul ball, 1-1. And now pitch on the way. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes, now.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. But 4 runs score in the inning. 3. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Brent Rooker.
The left fielder, Brent Rooker.
First pitch of the at-bat.
Down 1-0.
Some action now in the White Sox bullpen. They'll stand up a lefty and a right-hander to throw. This one's down to third. Devers gloves it. And there's 1 down now. Into the box now, Drew Avens. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Avens.
First pitch on its way. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Mazara's on the move. He gets there and makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning.
Now batter.
So striding forward now, Royce Lewis. He's getting his first plate appearance of the game here in the 6th. Pitch on the way. Hit high and deep to right center. Headed after it is Mazara. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side.
Your
Lucas
attention,
Sims
please.
is on to pitch
Now,
from the bullpen now to start inning number
Lucas.
7.
Yeah.
At the plate, A.J.
Leading off for
Reed.
the White
He's hitless in his
The
2
first
at-bats so far.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. So back-to-back sliders for strikes. Does he come back with yet another?
Hey, not normally a good plan to throw 3 consecutive sliders in a row. This guy's slider is so good, I think he might throw it again.
And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
The batter, number
Now
7.
back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Tim Anderson. These two have not faced each other at the major league level. And he'll step off and try again. First delivery to him on the way. Swung on and hit in the air to left. Rooker will range to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the second out of the inning.
Up next for Chicago.
Now batting, Nomar Mazara. He hit a two-bagger and later scored in his previous plate appearance.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get. Maybe once an AB, maybe once a game, maybe once a week. So he certainly capitalized on it last time.
That evens it up 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end.
Ladies and gentlemen,
1, 2, 3 go the White Sox. They trail it here 6-4. Digging in to try it again, Jim Espinosa. He'll try and get something started in the home half of the 7th.
Espinosa.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit out towards second. He'll get to this one deep in the hole. Oh, and he overshoots his first baseman as it's over his head. Fortunately, the catcher's there to back things up.
Man, this throw is nowhere close. As we take a look at it, you can see it sail high and down the right field line of the bag. Not sure he rushed the throw or he just lost the grip as it left his hand, but he's not going to be happy with himself about that throw.
So it's a runner at first as a result of the throwing error. And that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Davy Grion. First offering on its way. Nobody out, runner on first. One and one. A bouncer up the middle. And that'll get by into center field for a base hit.
You know, D-Roll, the old school thinking sometimes is when you're going through a bad streak like this guy, any way you can get on a little jam shot, even though it wasn't pretty, maybe this could get this guy finally going.
Yeah, I can't tell you how good that had to feel right there. There's moments where you slap that donut off your bat, you don't even want to walk to home plate. You're scuffling so bad.
So now to the plate, Jake Fraley is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit, a ball that's tarrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch. And he'll indeed move up 90 feet, putting runners at the corners now with one away.
Good read there at second base to know he could make it to third on the flyout. Now he's only 90 feet away with one out.
Standing in, Josh Naylor. He's newly entered into the ballgame, so this will be his first trip to the plate here in inning number 7. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. A bit high there. A ball and no strikes.
Props to the hitter right there for laying off with a guy on third. You want to be aggressive, but you have to get a pitch you can drive.
Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Hard hit ball to second. And he will deliver one of the biggest at-bats of the night. It's a base hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. That makes it 7-4.
Hey, D-Roll, that's a big RBI right there to stretch this lead to 3. Takes a lot of pressure off your pitcher going into the bottom part of the inning.
Yeah, Dan, no doubt. As an offense, all you're trying to do is put your pitchers in positions to be successful. Giving them that 3-run cushion has to make you feel good.
Jimmy Cordero takes the mound to try to get out of this mess. There are 2 on with only 1 away. In now, Eddie Rosario.
He'll swing and lift a ball foul off to the left and out of play.
Looking at his career totals, Rosario is carrying around a sparkling slugging percentage up over 500. Obviously a huge threat every time he grabs a bat.
Waiting on it is Jimenez.
And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
Now batting.
So
First
coming to
baseman.
the plate, Frank Schwindel. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. He's set and the pitch. Hoping to limit the damage, here's the pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Leading off the inning, Jorge Polanco, as they'll look
Leading
to
off
get
for the
something
White
going here and even this
The
game up.
shortstop, Jorge Polanco.
Now here's the pitch. And he got him out in front that time. Strike one.
Hey, I'm surprised he went to that spot in his zone. This guy's known for being a down and in hitter. Don't expect too many pitches going in that spot.
A windup and the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and there's the good curveball as he's set down on strikes for the second time here tonight.
Now
Next will be the cleanup
left
hitter, Eloy Jimenez.
Eloy
He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch on its way. Good slider there. Gets a swing and miss.
Got to find a way to scratch at least one across. You do not want to take on the monster closing the game down 3.
This is on the ground over to first. And that's through. A base hit.
Now batting. Third baseman, Rafael.
Now time is called here as we'll get a trip to the mound. Trevor May gets the call as he'll pitch with 1 gone in the top of the 8th.
Trevor May.
Here now is Rafael Devers as he rips it on the ground to second.
A step on the bag for 1. On the first, and how about that for an entrance? 1 pitch, 2 outs, and the inning is over. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. Coming to the plate now, Brent Rooker. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Brent Rooker.
From the stretch. And this ball's pretty well struck high and deep to left field. Jimenez is on the warning track as he hauls it in for a loud out
right
number
fielder,
1.
Number 16.
Sliding into the box, Drew Avans. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And there's a fastball well off the plate inside.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
Scooped up. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now batting.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Royce Lewis. He flew out in his last at-bat. He's set. Here it comes. This is line to left. Into the slide, and he comes up with a great catch to end the inning. A fine sliding catch here will take us to break. Thursday Night Baseball rolls on. We'll have more after this. Ready once again, Omar
Leading off
Narvaez.
for the White
It
Sox,
was an RBI single
catcher,
for him in his last plate
Omar
appearance.
Narvaez.
Archie Bradley
Your
comes out of the
attention,
bullpen
please.
to shut things
Now,
down here in the ninth.
Archie Bradley.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Hey, there's an old saying in baseball, you need to take a strike in this spot. Well, he got one there. Now he just needs to find a way to get on.
Called strike 0-2. He pulls this one into right. And a knock for him this time. He's 2 for 4 for the game. So with that, the White Sox put their leadoff hitter aboard to start
Now
the
batting,
inning.
the right fielder, Luis.
Hey, excellent job right there, leading off the inning with a base hit. We got to keep this line moving. We cannot stop. Nobody can make an out. We have to find a way to put 2 men, maybe 3 men, put some pressure on this defense.
Fastball called for strike 2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Bradley is one of those guys that just seems to be at his best under pressure. Runners in scoring position, tight game, tough hitters at the plate. That's when he's at his best.
One of the keys, Matty V, to being a good
The batter,
reliever is being
second
able to
baseman,
pitch out of trouble. Trouble that's created by the pitchers before you, or sometimes you even have some mess that you put on yourself. Hey, regardless if it's a mess that he's inherited or one that he's created for himself, this guy makes good pitches when the game's on the line.
And he'll just waste one there, 1-2. On the ground to the right side. To second for 1, back to first, and they won't get them both, but they wouldn't have had any had it not been for an excellent play at first base.
Nice play by the first baseman right there on a dive, and have the wherewithal to get up and cut the lead runner down. Terrific play.
Stepping into the box, A.J. Reed. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the ninth. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Fouled away. And now this crowd, announced at around 22,000, comes to their feet. Struck him out. And that'll do it tonight for the White Sox.
It's always nice to take the opener of a 4-game set when you're at home. That sets the stage for the rest of the series, and it gives you a good springboard the rest of the way.
7-4 is the final score in tonight's game. Minnesota jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Jose Barrios earned his 9th win of the year. Dylan Cease permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. Archie Bradley hammers down the save, his 18th. So
Here
that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Klezak, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
For the White